What's up, gamers? I'm officially back in the beautiful month of June, which is Pride Month, and I've come back to do a video about, you guessed it,
be who you are for your pride.
My video is going to be about ranking LGBT relationships we see in animation and in anime, because what better way to celebrate Pride Month than to rank other people's relationships? From like an S tier, talking about the pillars of the gay community. These are the founding fathers of our nation. Ones that we've seen recently that are really healthy or really nice or really popular. Ones that, we don't see enough content of, but we respect them for what they represent. Ones that you think, these are the two absolute worst characters in the series, but they're also gay for each other. You're still happy for them. And then obviously ones that I don't really know that well, so I don't want to get, cursed by the fandoms that do know the characters. So I'll just put them in a placement that I do not 100% know what they're about. I do want to put a disclaimer. There is 100% a chance that a ship that you're thinking of will not be in this video. It's not because it's not a good ship, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Going through Reddit is a terrifying place to look for ships. Say the worst thing that I found out throughout my research was people shipping Sheldon Cooper and Raj from Big Bang Theory. I don't know why that fazed me. I'm sorry to the Big Bang Theory shipping community, but I just can't roll with that one. For this video, I will also be cosplaying, and I figured what better cosplay to do for a ranking gay ships video than a character from a source of anime that has recently dealt with such unfortunate news I feel like crying and curling up into a ball as I speak. That anime is Yuri on Ice. It is a really important piece of gay culture, because when that was coming out on Tumblr and Instagram, everybody was going insane. I've been waiting for this prequel movie shortly after that series had come out, and we had just recently gotten the news in April 2024 that it had been canceled after 8 years of waiting. Even the Sherlock girlies didn't have to wait this long. So what better way to enlighten this community about this beautiful ship while cosplaying Victor and talking or trashing about other gay ships?
Alright, I'm in Victor's outfit. I'm going to go ahead and do the makeup and the wig and everything else, and then I'll get started on the ranking video. So for now, chat, be honest with me right now. Is it giving Boss Baby? Chat off, chat off. Out of all the bizarre children's animation cosplays I've done, I think I will draw the line at Boss Baby. No comments about you should cosplay Boss Baby. I'm not. I will cosplay Pitbull. I'm officially in Victor cosplay, so you know what time it is. The fit check. Anything about being a cosplayer and being a part of the gay community, it's that if you're cosplaying a character with a trench coat, that character is gay. So let's get started into the video. Number one that we have is Marceline the Vampire Queen and Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time. I'm a huge Adventure Time person, so I'm gonna try to keep that off of my opinion, just going off of their relationship. This was a long-lasting ship throughout the series that was not canon until like the very last episode of season 10, and then to have continued content in Distant Lands and Fiona Cake is super impactful. To have such powerful women in a relationship together, and personally I want to put them on pillars of the community, because when I do think of like women love women representation in animation, it's the first one that comes to my mind personally. For me, Bubbling has to be S tier. Next question. I'm in Victor cosplay. I could technically be doing the English dub voice throughout this entire video, which if you don't know what Victor in English dub sounds like, he sounds like Gru.
Yuri, want to soak in the springs together?
Going to sleep.
Yuri, how about a slumber party?
So I could technically be doing this video. I'm letting you know I'm letting you guys off easy by not doing my Gru impression. Next up we have Catra and Adora from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I feel personally is a pillar of the community, only because I know this show wasn't one of the first gay shows to ever be made or the first gay canon characters to ever be made, but it really was one of the first shows that I ever saw actually trying for that diversity. You know, in She-Ra the series, there is tons of other queer relationships that's throughout the series, so I do not have any others in this list, but I did have to put Catra and Adora in here because they are the most popular and personally, in my opinion, the best. I love a good childhood friends to lovers, but in their specific case, childhood friends to enemies to lovers, which is honestly one of the most spiciest tropes I've ever watched in animation, and I need them to do more of that. Next up, we have Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, which became recently a lot more popular with being deemed a canon relationship throughout the new series for Harley Quinn on HBO. And so I think this is such an important ship, especially since it's been going on for years, but without a lot of canon content. So something like this show has made it a lot more recognizable. So I think it should go on the second tier. And I just realized, like, starting out through this video, I'm just gonna love a lot of these ships. So spread the love. It's Pride Month. I don't even care. Next one here is 100% because of the Tumblr community with Craig and Tweak. I don't watch South Park. But I'm going to put in, I don't know who that is. Just because I don't want to upset anybody. I don't watch the show, but I know they're important to some people. So I'm just going to put them in I don't know. Next up, we have Ash and Eiji from Banana Fish. Now, this is a super important anime to a lot of people. I have not finished it. I was upset when Shorter died, and I didn't finish out of pettiness. But it's great! Anyways, these two characters, I don't even think end up being canonized by the end of the manga series or the show series, but obviously they're gay. Like, look at them. Have you looked at them today? Now you have. Another one that I don't know well, but I think they're super cute, and I love what they represent, so good for them. We have Blitz and Solus from Hell of a Boss. Now, I know there's a lot of ships in Hell of a Boss, so I just picked the one that came to my mind first, and I've never actually watched the series myself, but I do like Solus from what I've seen of him. So, I don't know them well, but I think they're cute. Following Hell of a Boss, I can't do it without Hazbin Hotel, so I also have Charlie and Vaggie in here as well, because I know there's also a lot of queer representation in Hazbin Hotel, but I wanted to put the girls up here, because why not? Don't watch the show either, but personally, I love them and I need them to know that. I'm sorry, but they're so cute. This next one here is clearly important to me, because why else would I put them as the profile picture of this tier list? And it is Sasunaru, Sasuke, and Naruto from Naruto. I know this is not a canon ship, because obviously they have children with women, so it's not canon. Because it's not canon, I put them in I love them and I need to know that. All the girlies who make Sasunaru edits to, like, 90s grunge songs, keep doing what you're doing. Keep making art. It's been all sunshine and rainbows on my end, talking about how wonderful these gay ships are and how much I like them, even if I don't know them that well. But this ship that has just come up on my page has brought a darkness inside of me. It is Adam and Shiro from Voltron Legendary Defender. Now, if you've never seen Voltron, that show had a lot of queer baiting to where the show writers actually made Shiro a canon gay man. And to where they said he even had a boyfriend, husband, fiance, I don't even remember. I put it in the back of my mind, okay? Finally show his past relationship and how it was falling apart before he left and how that person, Adam, died. He was gone within the 30 seconds they showed him to us. So I'm like, hey, here's a gay couple, and then kill off the gay couple. Adam and Shiro they're LGBT, but I do not claim them. Next, we have Sailor Uranus and Neptune from Sailor Moon. Now, these characters have been around for a longer time than some of these series, so I feel like it's important that these characters need to be represented as pillars of the community, especially because there was a long time going where some subtitles or translations were trying to call them cousins. We know they're not cousins. Like, I love them, and they need to go on pillars of the community. And I haven't even watched Sailor Moon. These were one of the OGs. These were one of the first gay ships that we've seen out there. We need to put a light on them. We love them. Next up, we have Shion and Nezumi from Number 6. Now, this is a not as well-known canon gay anime/manga series, so if you know of it, great. If you don't, definitely check it out, because the best way I could describe it is it's like if you made the Lorax a gay anime. And if that doesn't surprise you or make you excited to watch something, I don't know what else to tell you. It's amazing. And it's actually really serious and really beautiful, so it's definitely worth checking out. But I want to put them into the second tier. I love them and I need them to know that. And next up, we have Korra and Asami from the Legend of Korra series. series. Now, I love this series so much, but I did not actually know that they were canon in the comics, because in the show it ends in a vague way that can be pushed towards them being in a relationship, but the comics confirmed it. So for them, I'm going to put I love them and I need them to know that. Next up on the list is going to be Benson and Troy from Kipo. I will say, disclaimer, I have not watched the entire show. So I will be putting this firstly and think they're cute, because I mean, look at them. They're adorable. They're canon, but that's enough for me to put them in the middle tier that, you know, good for them. Next up is Kazuki and Rei from Buddy Daddies. Now, if you've not seen this anime, I highly recommend it. It's about these guys that get in a situationship that involves in them having to take care of a daughter, but they are roommates as far as the anime tells you, but he was sunshine, he was midnight rain. They're clearly in love, they're clearly lovers. Next up, we have Ruby and Sapphire, aka Garnet from Steven Universe, and I think you can tell by my eye contact that this is a really important character, guys. These two characters individually are wonderful representation, especially when we had the wonderful wedding episode of Steven Universe, which broke so many rules in animation at the time. So thank you, Rebecca Sugar, for doing that for us. So I think it goes without saying that Ruby and Sapphire have to be a pillar of the community. I need to stop yapping. There's so many ships left here. We're gonna get through it together though, y'all. We're gonna do it. Right, next we have another MLM anime gay ship, and it's going to be, I'm gonna butcher these names, I'm so sorry, Uniyama and Mafuyu from Given. Now, this is a show that I personally have not seen, but I know and is very important to the gay community. So, of course, I have to put it in this rank list. I put them in, I don't know them well, but I think they're cute. Because, like, look at them. They're adorable. They look kind of like Kagehina in a different font. So, of course, I'm gonna like them. Next up, we have Caitlyn and Vi from the Arcane League of Legends Netflix series. Now, I think this is one of the most powerful women couples I have ever seen, and I love them. I'm also gonna put them at I love them, okay? Okay, my friends. We have finally gotten to the rank that is the two worst people ever fighting each other. And for me, is Boxman and Sir Venomous from the OKKO series. These two men are villains. So villains being in a relationship together is also like a power couple, but also it's also the two worst people ever because they're villains. So it's not me shaming on the ship. It's me literally saying I love this ship so much. I do not wish them to be with another person ever. They need to be together. You cannot separate them or it will be just an entirely toxic ship. So they have to be together in order to be healthy. Does that make sense? And next up, following the same exact category, is Hisoka and Illumi from the Hunter x Hunter series. Now, these two characters are villains. They're horrible in their own little ways, but like, they're also kind of a power couple together. It's like, you both are so awful individually that you deserve each other. Never date outside the circle. Stay in your circle. Clown man, pug-eyed girl from the ring. Stay in your ring. Up we have Luz and Amity from the Owl House. Now, the Owl House is a wonderful show that had so much queer representation from all forms of the LGBT plus community. So it really is unfortunate that it came to a cancel, but Dana Terrence, the creator, has given us such a wonderful universe with these characters. It just did so much, and it's continuing to do so much even after the show is canceled. So I feel like for those reasons only, Luz and Amity have to be on the #1 tier. Next up, we have the two sheriffs from Gravity Falls. Alex Hirsch actually canonized them towards or after the end of the series, so they are in a legitimate relationship. So seeing the scenes with them while rewatching the show, you definitely are like, that is definitely an old married couple.
Have you lost weight?
Finally, someone noticed. The time we spend together is treasure enough.
They're adorable, and I love them. We have Karu and Shinji from Neon Genesis. And this is another older anime. The screen time that these two have is probably a span of like 15 minutes of your life. If you're watching the original series, I know that there is the movie out there which is 10 times as gay. But in the sense of these two characters individually, they have to be the two worst people fighting each other. And good for them, because I love this ship. I'm not even shaming on it. I just think these two characters should never be outside of their circle. Putting them together is like, okay, don't date anybody else. You deserve each other. Have a white picket fence. Just stay out of my lawn. Next up is a beautiful ship from a series called Yuri on Ice, literally cosplaying from it. We got Victor and we got Yuri. So, of course, I love this ship. And I honestly think it was a super impactful ship at the time, too, because when this was coming out on Tumblr, like, everyone was going insane, like, are they together? And then when it finally was revealed that Victor proposed to Yuri, it was a huge internet breaking day. Personally put this in pillars of the community. I'm sorry. But if you have to think of like one of the best canon gay ships out there, that's one of the best gay men ships in the anime community. So of course I'm gonna put them up there. As we all know, love has no bounds. So of course I'm gonna put the gay lizard ship from Amphibia in here.
Chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
So of course I'm gonna put them on I love them and I need them to know that because, you know, I support all kinds of gay ships even if they're not human. Next up is a gay ship from an anime. I cannot pronounce the name or the anime characters. So here we go. Boom. This movie is wonderful. The characters are great. I highly recommend to watch this film if you haven't. It's very beautiful. It's about two classmates falling in love and accepting each other. And it's so cute. It makes you just want to... So I'm going to put them in... Don't know them well, but I think they're cute because I don't know the name super well and I don't know the characters super well, but I think they're adorable. Just can't say it and I don't want to butcher it. So I want to embarrass myself. Next up, we have Rapunzel and Cassandra from the Tangled TV series. Now, I love Eugene and Rapunzel a lot, but Cassandra and Rapunzel is equally, if not more, a wonderful relationship as well. For them, I'm going to put I love them and I need them to know that because it is not a canon ship, but it's canon to me. This next ship is an old but not forgotten anime, Death Note. So of course, I have to put the ship Light and L. I want you to look at all the options and try to guess where I'm going to put them. You got your answer locked in? Because the answer is the two worst people fighting each other. Now, before anyone goes in the comments, L is not the worst person ever. He's my Pookie. I think that they should never date outside of each other, especially after what we see what happens to Misa and Light's relationship. Like, Light, if he deserves anyone, which he doesn't, it should be L. Next, we got these two gay bastards from Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo and Gato. Look at them. Personally, I think the memes alone considers this a pillar of the community, but based off the relationship, I think they're just I love them and I need them to know that. And now we have Luna and Sam from the Loud House cartoon. I think they're absolutely adorable, so I feel like they need to be on I love them and I need them to know that. And completely honest, I have only watched compilations of them. I don't think I've actually watched the show. I've heard it's a great show. Next up, we have Barney and Logs from Dead End Paranormal Park, which is a great Netflix series that I recommend. Now, this ship isn't as popular because the show itself isn't that popular in its own. I think it is a really important ship, considering the fact that Barney is actually openly transgender and gay, and I feel like that is a combination we do not see often in the animation community. I feel like it is important to put him in pillars of the community. Even if the show itself is not that popular, think about all the influence it's going to have down the line because, think of how many openly trans characters that we have in animation. I could barely list them off my hand. It's such a wonderful beginning to what we're going to have in the future. Of course, have to have one of the staples of the Warner Bros. Relationships, and that has to be Bugs and Daffy. And yeah, logistically speaking, they are not canon, but also, have you seen the Looney Tunes show? Where Daffy and Bugs are literally roommates?
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
And Bugs, who doesn't have to have Daffy live with him because obviously Bugs is paying all the bills. Why would he live there if he doesn't bring any money to the table? Oh, they're friends? Ain't no way. There's something going on. Daffy for life. Of course, when we get to this point, it has to represent Maxley. Because Maxley, if you haven't seen my previous video, has been all the craze in May and June of 2024. And hopefully months past that, I don't know. I'm riding the train and I'm enjoying it. Maxley has caused a huge resurgence on TikTok. People are making animations, drawings, cosplays, fan fiction, all of the above, and I'm consuming all of it. So, I want to put them on pillars of the community. I won't, but I made you think, didn't I? I love them and I need them to know that, but if this ship continues to get content over a year, then maybe, but I doubt it. And that concludes my tier list maker. So, if you guys want to rank it amongst yourselves, I made it public on tiermaker.com under LGBT ships and animation. So give it a whirl, put it to where you like. Let me know if there's anything that I missed that you think is also a pillar of the community, or something that you also think is the two worst people that deserve each other, because I don't know if you can notice, but that's my favorite. And I know there's more glorious LGBT ships that is not included in this video. So if there's ones that you guys are thinking about, please let me know in the comment section, because I know there are so many ships out out there, canon or not, that is super impactful and super important to people and their communities. So if you guys want to tell me your stories about ships that maybe helped you come to terms with your sexuality or your gender, I love stories like that. Feel free to tell me about all of them. Now, I know there's plenty more gay ships in the LGBT community in live action series, live action movies, video games, books, anything else that you could think of under the sun. If you guys do want to see a later video talking about live action TV show and movie ships, I am happy to do that as well. I have a list already prepared. So if you want to hear me rank John Locke, Destiel, those two guys from Pacific Rim, I'm all for it. Keep continuing to talk and enjoy LGBT stuff just because we finally are getting the representation we deserve. So I think it's important to talk about all the greatness that's come out of it. And as you can see in my tier, I only put one as a bad representation, and it was that one from Voltron. So I'm definitely happy to say that there are so many great ships out there that can represent our community, because I don't know if you guys know this about the gay community, but don't stop us now. The moment of truth, because we were born to make history, or something like that. Don't look at the... Bro, who did that? Shout out to Luca and Alberto in the back of this video. Hi, Alberto and Luca in the video. I want you all to know that it is like 100 degrees in Florida right now, and I'm personally dying in this trench coat. Am I going to take it off? No. Because I'm doing it for the video, so appreciate that. Thank you for watching the video. Bye! Sexual.